Hey everyone, welcome to your practice. My name is Veronica. Today we're going to be using some weights and some blocks. I'm going to be using 5-pound weights, but feel free to use whatever you have at home or no weights at all. It is totally up to you. We are going to go ahead and get started on our backs. So just go ahead and get comfortable, lie on back, move your props to the side, and once you get to where you're going, I want you to go ahead and have your eyes closed. Right, so just nice, easy breathing in and out of the nose. Just letting go of anything that's happened before you've come here today. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and sigh it out the mouth. Good, one more deep breath like that. And let it go. Good, gently opening up the eyes, letting some light in, and just begin to stretch the arms and the legs out nice and long. And just maybe making some easy movements here, whatever feels good. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and draw the knees up into the chest and just an easy rock from side to side. Good, pausing at center, and then just go ahead and let's send those legs up to the sky. I want you to go ahead and just point and flex the feet. You can have a soft bend in the knees here, right? Just pointing and flexing. Relax the shoulders. Good. Once the toes are pointed, keep them there. Go ahead and rotate those ankles. I don't care which way they go because we are going to reverse it now. Good. Once you get back to center, I want you to go ahead and flex both feet. And then you're going to go ahead and take a deeper bend in the knees and then go ahead and see if you can straighten them out, pushing through the heels. So it's just a deep bend and then press through the heels, right? So just bend and then push through the heels. So the toes are coming back towards you. You're really activating those legs. You should really feel that. And just push, and you're squeezing those thighs, right? Really activating here. Good, just 2 more like that. Good, and 1 more. Good, go ahead and just gently plant those feet down to the ground. On the inhale, we're gonna go ahead and just gently lift the hips as you reach the arms up overhead. And then exhale, slowly lower it all the way back down. Now you don't have to lift up very high. Just inhale, lifting and reaching those arms. And then exhale, lower it all the way down. Good, 1 more like that. And then just hold it here, pausing for a moment. If you can see if you can bring your arms into cactus arms. Good. And just pause for a moment. And then slowly lower everything all the way back down. Nice. All right, so separate those feet so they are mat distance, and just gently windshield wiper those knees from side to side, bringing your gaze to the opposite direction. And you can feel free to hang out on one side if it feels good. Good, just nice easy twist here. And then when you're done, just come on back to center. You're going to have those feet planted. I want you to go ahead and bring your hands behind the head. And then you're going to begin to just gently lift the torso up and lower, right? So lifting up and lower. I want you to make sure that your elbows are staying out to the side. You're lifting the torso as much as you can. You're pressing that low back down into the ground, and your head just hovers off of the ground. It doesn't actually touch the ground, unless, of course, you need it to. Good. And so you're just lifting and lowering. Good. And you're breathing. You have 5 like this. Good. And 4. And 3. And 2. Good, last one, hold it here. Now go ahead and pick those feet up off the ground. Have those knees stacked right up over the hips. Good. Now you're gonna bring the knees in, you're gonna tap the elbows, and you're gonna send those legs out. Good, so you just tap and extend, right? So if it's too much on your lower back, you can always send the legs straight up to the sky, right? If you can, you have a slight angle, whatever works for you, just tap, extend, tap, extend. Good. Now, the next time I want you to go ahead and send those legs out like a V and then bring it back in. Good. Extend and tap. So V and tap. Good. And let's have 3 like this. Good, and 2. Good, last one. Nice, go ahead and lower it down. Hug the knees in, gently rock from side to side, or if you wish, you can go ahead and just drop the head from side to side, just loosening up that neck. Good, and then back to center. Go ahead and send those legs up to the sky. I want you to go ahead and lift the torso up. You're gonna bring the hands around the right leg and just hover that left leg off the ground. Now you're gonna pulse this right leg into you 2 times and then switch it. So 2 pulses here, right? Pulse, 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 pulse. Good. And I want you to have those toes nice and pointed. You're going to see if you can keep those legs as straight as possible. Certainly if you need a bend in the knee when you're bringing the leg towards you, go for it. I understand. If you need to have a hand behind the head, you can still do this, right? Just use one hand. Good. Now we're going to go ahead and just come to singles, right? So just switch and switch and switch and switch. Good. You're trying to lift that torso up as much as you can. Good, you're breathing. Good. And let's have 2 more on each side. Good, 1 more. Nice, and go ahead and lower it down. Again, just make any moves that feel good for you. So this time, maybe it really does work for you to just drop that head from side to side, just releasing. Good. All right, so once again, let's go ahead and bring those hands behind the head. The legs are going to go up towards the sky. Go ahead and lift that torso. Now bring that left knee into the body as you lower the right leg, and then you're going to twist so that that right elbow comes to the outside of the left leg. Then come back to center, legs back up to the sky, and then we'll do the other side. So it's really a nice and slow, nice controlled movement. You're extending that one leg, engaging that leg, and then bring it back up to the sky. You're trying to come into a nice twist. Try to get that elbow to the outside of that leg. If it doesn't happen, don't worry about it. All right, just do your best. Good, you're breathing. Good. All right, 1 more each side. Good. Now, holding here, I want you to go ahead and we're going to bring that left knee in, hover that right leg like we did before, and now we're just going to switch, come into a bicycle, but it's going to be nice and slow, nice and controlled. So when you come into that twist, I want you to pause and then go to the other side. Good. If at any point you need to take a break, go for it, and then just come back and join us. Good. Let's have 1 more each side. Awesome job. Go ahead and just hug those knees in and make your moves that feel good. Good. Pausing at center. Go ahead and drop those feet down to the ground. I want you to bring the soles of the feet together and let those knees fall out wide. And just pause here for a moment. You can use your hands on top of the thighs just to gently urge your legs out to go out a little bit deeper. Good. And now taking that right leg, I want you to bring it over and stack it on top of the left leg. Now your shoulders are still down on the ground. I want you to bring your hands behind the head. I want you to begin to lift the torso up and lower. Good. So it's just lift and lower. Good. So you're lifting up towards the sky, right? So you have a twist in the body here. So you're getting your obliques here. So you should feel that on that right side, just lifting and lower and lift and lower. Now option to go ahead and extend that right arm nice and long alongside the body. So you should feel like you're reaching those fingers towards the heels. Good, lifting up as high as you can, really feeling that side body engage here. Good, 5 like this, and 4, and 3, and 2. Good, last 1. Good, go ahead and lower it all the way down. You can go ahead and just come back into that Supta Baddha Konasana where the legs are open here and your soles of the feet are touching. Good. And now you know where we're going. We're going to stack that left leg over the right. Bring the hands behind the head. Once again, lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. Good. So same thing here, right? You have those elbows out nice and wide. Your gaze is up towards the sky, right? Your chest is moving up towards the sky, and then you have that nice twist as your legs are stacked. Good. And if you wish, you can go ahead and extend that left arm alongside the body. So you feel like you're reaching those fingers towards the bottom of the mat, and you're lifting up as high as you can. And again, really engaging that left side body. Breathing. Good. 5 like this. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Go ahead and lower it down. Go ahead and bring those soles of the feet together. Just one more breath here. And let it go. Good. And then just go ahead and bring those knees back together again. You're just going to roll over onto the side, either one. Go ahead and push yourself up so that you can come into a seat. Now I'm just going to go ahead and just turn my back towards you just so that you can see what we're going to do for the next one. I want you to take your hands and bring it to your upper back here, right? And your fingers are going to be really pressing down, like a medium pressure into your upper back, okay? I want you to make sure you have those elbows alongside the head. And then you're gonna go ahead and take one arm, I don't care which one elbow, and drag it down, right? So your fingers are really pulling down on, and you have that medium pressure going, right? And then you're gonna go ahead and do the other, and you're just gonna alternate between the two. So you should get a really nice release here in the shoulders, right? Just being gentle with yourself, but just getting enough pressure so that you can really feel maybe some movement here. And you can kind of move however you need to. If you need to move your head, if you want to move from side to side, right? Whatever is going to work here for you. And then when you're done, I want you to go ahead and we're going to do both together, right? So you're just really dragging those fingers alongside, and then just working now into the shoulders and in the neck here, right? Good. And then just release it, kind of shake out those hands, maybe rotate those wrists, move the fingers around, and then just a couple of shoulder rolls here. Should feel pretty good. All right, so let's make our way onto all fours. I want you to go ahead and make sure that the fingers are spread nice and wide, the shoulders are over the wrists, the hips are over the knees. We're going to come into a few rounds of our cat-cow. So on the inhale, go ahead and drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. And then exhale, slowly begin to round the spine, really pushing the floor away. Good. Inhale, coming forward, opening up the heart. And then exhale, rounding the spine. Good. One more breath here, deep breath. And then exhale, really puffing up that upper back. And then coming back into your neutral spine. And then make your way up into your down dog. Once you get there, go ahead and just make any moves that feel good for you. So maybe you're dropping one heel and then the other. Good. And then maybe bending both knees nice and deep so you can bring your chest closer to your thighs, hips up towards the sky, and then slowly begin to straighten out those legs as you draw the heels towards the earth. Good. Ripple into a plank pose, pausing here. Core is nice and engaged, shoulders are out of the ears, thighs are engaged, and then lowering down to the knees, chest and chin, elbows are close to the body. Inhale, go ahead and come on into that low cobra, so you're just gently lifting up, and then exhale, push up and back, right into your down dog. And just take a breath here, and exhale. And then bringing your gaze towards your hands, slowly begin to walk the feet up towards the hands. And come on into that forward fold. And once you're there, I want you to have your hands down to the ground. If you need your blocks, use your blocks. Soften the knees, let the head, neck, shoulders go. And then slowly begin to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Once you get there, draw those shoulders up towards the ears, pull them back and down. Tadasana. Good. All right, so let's go ahead and grab onto the weights if you are using them. Okay. And I want your feet to be just a little bit wider than hip distance, right? So most of us think our hips are really wide, so don't do this, right? It's just a little step out from where your hips are, okay? And now I want you to bring those weights up to the shoulders. And I want you to push the hips back, take a bend in the knees, and then you're just going to rise back up again, right? So you're just sinking down, rising up. Good. All right, so hips go back first, right? And then you take that bend in the knees. Feet are a little bit wider than hip distance. You do not have to go down super far. I want you to do whatever is in your practice here. Now, as you rise up, I want you to think about engaging the glutes, right? So you're really squeezing those glutes as you rise on up. Good. And you're breathing here, right? So just getting your heart rate going a bit. Good. All right. So the next time that we go down, we're going to hold it there. And then just 3 pulses here. So 3, 2, and 1. And then rise up and squeeze. Good. And then 3, 2, and 1. Rise up. 3, 2, 1. Rise up. 3, 2, 1. And rise up. Good. 3, 2, 1. And up. Good. 3, 2, 1, and up. And then back to singles again. Down and up. Down and up. So really think about engaging those glutes. Again, you do not have to go down super far. Good. And let's have 5 like this. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Awesome job. Lower those weights off the shoulders. Kind of shake that out. All right. We're going to go long ways on the mat now, okay? And I want you to go ahead and just take a really nice big wide step out. The toes are angled out to the side, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and have the palms facing in towards the midline. Now, we're going to take a bend in that right leg, all right? And then rise back up, right? So now your shoulders stay back, right? I'm just turning sideways so you can see my back. I'm not dropping down to get my weights to the ground because that's not the goal here, right? You're gonna have a nice flat back. You're just hinging forward just a little bit. Good. And you're just going at your own pace, right? So it's always nice and slow. It's nice and controlled. Now, if you want to add on, as you rise back up, you're going to draw those elbows up back behind you and then lower. So draw it up and lower. Good. So we're just staying with that right side. Good. And draw it up. So as you're drawing those weights up, I want you to feel that you're squeezing those upper back muscles, pulling those elbows back behind you. Good. And let's just have 3 more. Good. And 2. Nice. Last one. Nice. And rise up. Let's go ahead and do the other side. So again, this time let's have the palms facing in towards you. Now, you're going to go ahead and let's just start with just a bend in that left leg. So just bend and rise up. Good. So again, just hinging forward. You're not rounding. The point is not to get these weights down to the ground here. Good. So you're just working that left leg here. Good. Right leg still stays nice and engaged, right? Good. And then now to add on, when you rise up, I want you to pull those weights up and those elbows go up nice and high and then lower. So you just draw it up and lower. Draw it up and lower. All right, so you're trying to get those elbows up higher than the shoulders. The weights come up towards the chin. Good. And you're breathing and you're smiling. It's a good day, right? Nice. All right, so 3 like this. Good. And 2. And last one. Nice. Lower it down. Good. All right, so let's go ahead and just heel toe those feet in. Kind of shake that out. All right, still using the weights here. I want you to take your right heel and you're going to place it in front and your toes are going to be flexed so they're pulling towards you. You're going to have a bend in that left standing leg, right? Now, the weights are going to be right facing you, right up against your body here. And now as you begin to hinge forward with a nice flat back, you're just going to begin to lower down and then slowly begin to rise up. Good. And so that's it. Now, if you can only go to here, that's what I want you to do, right? But think about squeezing those glutes as you begin to rise on up. If you can go all the way down to the foot, then go for it, right? So this will also challenge your balance here. So just doing what you can, nice and slow, nice and controlled. Engage the glutes as you rise. Good. That left leg stays bent the whole time. Good. And this is 2. And then we'll have one more after this, and then we'll switch to the other side. Good. And slowly rise up and shake it out. Good job. All right, let's go ahead and do the other side. So we have our left heel down to the ground, right leg is bent. I'm going to go ahead and have those weights right in front. Those weights are going to follow the body as you lower down, nice flat back here, and then rise back up again, right? Engage the glute as you rise. Good. So you're keeping the gaze just out front. Don't tuck the chin into the chest. Good. Nice flat back. And this side may be different from the other side, right? So maybe this side you can go a little bit farther down. Maybe you can't. It is whatever it is. Rising up. Good. Nice and slow. Nice and controlled. Good. Let's have 3 more like this. Really squeezing that glute. And here's 2. Rising up. And last one. And rising up. Good. Shake it out. Good job. All right, so once again, we're going to go long ways on the mat. I want you to go ahead and have those toes angled out. All right. And now let's go ahead and come on into those cactus arms. We're going to go ahead and sink it down. Now, as you draw in, see if you can get those forearms to touch and then open. If you can't, don't worry about it. All right, so just open and bring it together. Good. And you can even add a pulse here. All right, just up and down. Good. And you're breathing. Nice. Having weight on the outer edge of the feet so you can keep those knees moving out. You don't want them turning into the midline. Good. All right. Let's have 3 like this. And 2. Good. And last one. Nice. Lower it down and rise on up. Good. Just taking a brief break here. All right. So once again, let's have those palms facing forward. All right. You're going to begin to lower down. So you're lowering the weights towards the ground. As you rise up, I want you to draw the weights up to the shoulders. All right. So you're just lowering and lift. Good. Lower any amount. All right. Whatever is in your practice here. Good. And so you're using those biceps. Now I don't want those elbows to be drawn into the body, so you're not holding them like this. They're just next to the body, letting those biceps do the work here. Curling it up to the shoulders. Good. All right. And so let's have 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. Awesome. Last one. Good. Lower it down, heel toe those feet back in. All right, we're almost done with the weights here. Let's go ahead and have our feet so that they are hip distance this time. You're going to go ahead and just shift the hips back, lower the weights down towards the ground so the palms are facing in towards the midline. Okay, I want you to round the arms so you can press those weights together. Good. We're going to begin to open up out to the side, lower it down. Good. So it's just bringing it out and lower. Good. Breathing here. Good. And so you have just an easy bend in the knees. You're not a super deep one. Opening those arms out, slow and controlled, and as always, going at your own pace. Good. So getting that upper back again. Good. And let's have 3 like this. and 2. Good, last one. Nice, hold it here now. Arms are nice and straight. I want you to go ahead and pull them up back behind you, press it back, pull it in, and lower down. So just getting those triceps here. Good. And so you pull to the shoulders, press it behind you, back to the shoulders, towards the floor. Good, and again, nice and controlled, at your own pace. Good. Engaging those triceps, trying to lift the arms up as high as you can as you press back there. Good. And 3 like this. Good. And 2. Good. Last one. And lower and rise up. Awesome. You can go ahead and just place those weights off to the side. And let's go ahead and just standing at the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward, back into that forward fold. Let the head, neck, shoulders go here. Good. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, go ahead and plant the hands, step it back into your plank pose. Good. And then either flowing through a vinyasa or going right up into your down dog, whatever's in your practice. So knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, either up dog or low cobra. And then exhale, up and back into your down dog, where we will breathe. And taking a nice deep breath in and a long breath out. Good. One more breath. And release it. Good. And let's go ahead and just drop down to the knees, separate them nice and wide. Toes will touch. Sink those hips back. And we're going to go ahead and come into a child's pose. So stretching those arms out nice and long. And then bring the hands a little bit closer together. Bring the palms to touch. And then take a bend in the elbows and bring the thumbs to the back of the neck. And then begin to walk the elbows a little bit farther away from you so you can feel that stretch in the back of the arms and then stretching the spine here. And just breathe. And so then just begin to stretch the arms out nice and long. And then make your way back up into your down dog. So lifting those hips up and back. And coming into a 3-legged dog on the right side. So right leg up and back. Let's go ahead and just stack the hips one on top of the other, taking a bend in that top leg. Now bring the gaze underneath the left arm so that you can square the shoulders to the short edge of the mat. You're going to draw that left heel down towards the ground and then see if you can lift that right knee up just a little bit higher. Good, one more breath here. Good, coming back into your 3-legged dog, so you're squaring the hips to the earth. We're going to go ahead and take that right foot and bring it to the outside of that right hand. If you need some assistance, just go ahead and grab onto the ankle, plant that foot there. Good, so the hands are to the inside of that leg. And you're just going to gently rock forward and back here. Now, you have your blocks. If you need to bring the floor to you, I encourage you, right? Do whatever you need to do here. Gently rocking forward and back. Good, pausing, and then go ahead and drop that back knee down, uncurl the toes, sink the hips towards the ground, and then we're going to go ahead and just lower the forearms down to either to the blocks or to the floor. All right, and just pause here for a moment. Now, I want you to make sure you have pressure on that big toe so that you keep that knee hugging into that right shoulder as opposed to letting it fall out to the side. Now, if you can only get down to that right forearm and not the left, it's okay, right? This is just the direction that you want to move in. Good. And try not to drop the head here. Just keep the gaze towards the top of the mat, keeping the neck nice and long. Good, one more breath here. Good. So staying either down on the left forearm, or you can plant the hand down to the ground. Either way will work, or on a block. We're going to go ahead and take those right toes, and I want you to angle them out to the side. Then I want you to come on to the outer edge of that right foot. Sink the hips a little bit more. Bring that right hand to the inside of the right knee, and then bring your gaze off of that right shoulder. Good. Option to go ahead and extend that right arm back behind you. And then another option is to go ahead and take a bend in that back leg and see if you can grab onto it. Some days I can do it, some days I can't. I'm not going to try today. Every day is different. But if you can go for it, have at it. Good. One more breath here. If you do have the foot, slowly release it, right? Don't let it slam on the ground. And then go ahead and bring that arm back. You're going to go ahead and plant those toes back down towards the ground. Curl the back toes, and then go ahead and just step it back into your plank pose. Okay. Once you're in your plank pose, let's go ahead and gently lower down onto the ground however you get there. Good. And then go ahead and uncurl the toes. We're going to bring the arms alongside the body. Either the chin or the forehead can go down to the mat. On the inhale, I want you to begin to lift everything up, right? So coming into this locust pose. So draw the shoulder blades together. The palms are facing into the midline. You're pointing through the toes, and the legs are hugging into the midline. So you don't want your legs out to the side, right? Good. Breathing here. Don't hold your breath. Good. One more breath here. And on the exhale, slowly release. Bring one cheek down to the mat and then just gently rock the hips from side to side if it feels okay. And then just pausing for a moment, being still. And then using your hands underneath the shoulders, push yourself up and back into your down dog. And we will prepare for the other side. So we're going to lift the left leg up and back. You're going to take a bend in that top leg. You're opening up the hip. This time, bring your gaze underneath the right arm. Feel like you're drawing the right heel down towards the ground and you're lifting that left leg up just a little bit higher. Your shoulders are nice and square to the short edge of the mat. Good. And then slowly come on back to your three-legged dog. So square those hips to the earth. This time taking that left foot planted to the outside of that left hand. Again, if you need assistance, just grab onto that ankle. Once you're here, if you'd like to use your blocks, you can go ahead and grab onto them. Otherwise, you're just on the hands and gently rock forward and back. Try to keep the shoulders out of the ears. Good. And then just pausing, you're going to go ahead and drop that back knee, top of the foot. And now again, if you can, you're going to see if you can lower down onto the forearms, all right? And maybe you could do one forearm, the right forearm, and not the left, right? Just let it hover there, do what you can. And again, you're making sure that you have pressure on that left big toe, left knee hugging into the left shoulder. Gaze is out in front, so you're not dropping the chin into the chest. And then try to be still for a moment. Try to let the hips be heavy. Taking a few cleansing breaths here. Good. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to go ahead and just angle that left foot out to the side so you can come onto the outer edge of that foot. And again, you're welcome to either have your right hand down on the ground or the block, whatever height you wish. And then go ahead and take your left hand, bring it to the inside of that left knee, bring the gaze off that left shoulder. Option to go ahead and extend that arm behind you, reaching towards your toes. And again, if it's in your practice and you can go ahead and see if you can grab onto the foot. Every day will be different. Good. If you have the foot, slowly let it go. And then everyone go ahead and come back. Plant that foot down to the ground. You can go ahead and remove the blocks if you've used them. Curl the back toes, lift that knee. And now this time what I'd like you to do is take that back foot, the right foot, bring it up and step it to the outside of the right hand. Angle the toes out and then begin to sink those hips down and bring the elbows to the inside of the knees. All right, so make any adjustments that you need here. Now, certainly, if you'd like, you can always use a block. You can sit down on the block if you wish, right? We're just going ahead and just making sure. I'm just going to face face this way, all right? And you don't have to use the block if you don't want to, all right? Your feet can be, maybe you're on your toes. Maybe you can't be flat-footed here, right? It's all good, right? And just breathe here. Drop the shoulders out of the ears. One more breath. Good. And then slowly use your hands behind you to just come down onto your bottoms. You can move the block off to the side. Good. Let's go ahead and stretch those legs out nice and long. Good. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And then exhale, gently fold forward, grabbing onto wherever you can. This time I want you to go ahead and tuck the chin into the chest, gently rounding over. You can have a soft bend in the knees here. Don't lock them out. Good. And then slowly begin to rise on up. All right, let's go ahead and come down onto our backs. Good. Once you get there, let's go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. Just a gentle rock from side to side. Good. All right, so if you can, grab onto a block. We're going to go ahead and lift the hips. And I want you to go ahead and see if you can lower your hips down onto the block on a medium height, right? So this would be medium, right? Lifting those hips. See if you can slide it under there. Now, if this does not work for you, just use the flat side, right? That lowest setting, whatever one works here. Certainly, if it is okay and it's available to you, you're always welcome to take that highest height, but only if it's okay for your back, right? So your hips are just draping over the block. They're nice and heavy. I want you to let everything go here. I want you to tuck the shoulders under you, flip the palms up to the sky. Your toes can be however you want. You want them angled out, you want to bring them closer together, whatever is most comfortable for you here. And then just close the eyes for a moment. And if this is absolutely no good for you, certainly just remove the block, close the eyes. We're just winding down the practice here. Good, one more breath. Good, gently opening up the eyes, and then slowly begin to lift the hips, slide that block off to the side. Good, let's go ahead and bring those knees up into the chest. Gentle rock here. Good, planting that right foot down to the ground. I want you to go ahead and just send the left sole of the foot up towards the sky. You're going to bring the hands either behind the back of the leg, so you're drawing that knee down towards the body, or if you can come into a half happy baby, either the outer edge or the inner edge of the foot, right? Either one will work. Now you can either keep that right foot down on the ground, or you can extend it out nice and long, right? So whatever works best, whatever feels good for you. And you're just drawing that knee down towards the ground. Try to keep the shoulder down. Breathing here. Good, one more breath. Good. You're going to slowly release it. Keep that left knee in towards the body. I want you to go ahead and take that right hand, bring it to the outside of that left knee, and just gently draw that leg across the body, and then extend that right arm out to the side and bring your gaze off, your left arm out to the side, and then your gaze will go with it. Good, gently coming back to center. We're going to go ahead and do the other side. So let's go ahead and take that right knee, bring it into the chest, sole of the foot up towards the sky again, either the back of the hands to the back of the knees, drawing the knee down to the shoulder, or outer edge or inner edge of that foot. And again, either extend that left leg out or not. And then just breathe here. Good, slowly release that right foot. You're going to take the left hand to the outside of that right knee so that you can draw it across the body. any amount here. And then bring that right arm out to the side and then bring your gaze with it. So you're trying to keep the shoulders down on the ground, so maybe you don't twist as much. Good. And then just gently bring it back to center again. And then you're just going to go ahead and prepare for your Shavasana. So I want you to go ahead and extend those legs out, separate them, let the toes fall where they want to. Flip the palms up to the sky, tuck the shoulders under you. Eyes are closed. And just giving yourself these last few moments here. Just being with your breath, staying here in the moment. And as your mind begins to wander, just bring it back to this moment. Just using your mind's eye to follow the breath in and out of the body. And just start to deepen your breath. And begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. And then stretching the arms and the legs out nice and long. And then whenever you're ready, drawing the knees up into the chest. And then gently rolling over onto the side of the body where you'll pause for a moment. And then just using your hands to just gently push yourself up. Come back into an easy seated position, closing your eyes once you get there so that you can maintain the inward focus for another moment. And so as you go throughout the day today, just remember to be kind to yourself and to others. And so bringing the palms together with the thumbs at the third eye, just gently bow the head to seal the practice. And may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. Namaste. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed the practice. If you did, just go ahead and give it a thumbs up, to give me some comments, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.